M-Step practice. Your learning target today is I can work with story problems and break them down to find important information to solve a problem. And you'll know you're successful when you can use at least 2 different strategies to solve a story problem. Alright, today for our M-Step practice, I am going to show you how we could break down a story problem to figure out an answer. So, Miss Yost has 20 boxes of markers. Since that's very important information, I'm going to highlight that. Each box contains 5 markers. Another important piece of information. How many markers does Miss Yost have in total or altogether? So 20 boxes, that's a lot of boxes of markers, right? So if I had these markers in my desk, I will have 20 boxes. My desk might be overflowing because I have so many boxes of markers, but hey, that's what happens sometimes. And I'm going to have to make my other little boxes smaller. But we all know that 5, 10, 15, 20 boxes, they should all be the same size. It's just a picture that's not perfect. Okay, so I'm looking at my 20 boxes, and how many markers is in each box again? 5. So I have a bunch of 5s all over representing each of my boxes of markers because I know there's 5 markers in there all together. 25s. That reminds me of an operation that we should use. So what operation is that? When I have a problem like this, should I be adding? Should I be subtracting? Should I be multiplying? Or should I be dividing? Well, I have 2 choices. Obviously, I'm not going to be taking away right here, so I could just cross that off. I will not be subtracting. And I'm actually not going to be dividing because I was given 2 factors, which is a hint, and I need to find the total. When I have to find a total, anytime I have to find the total, I'm never going to be subtracting or dividing, okay, when I have to find it. If they gave me the total, then I could say, oh, I could subtract or maybe divide, but not in this case. So I could add, right? I have all these 5s I could add together, or I could multiply because I have 20 5s. So that would be the same as saying 20 times 5. So how could I figure that out? Well, of course, I could count all my 5s. But I will show you a nice trick that I know to figure out 20 times 5. So, of course, we know we could do 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20, okay? Repeated addition. That would work. That might be a little bit faster than counting 25s like I had in the last picture, right? But this is another trick. Do you know 2 times 5? Because 20 times 5 is a lot like 2 times 5, right? Just without that 0. 2 times 5 is 10. So 20 times 5, I'm going to add that 0 to the end of my 10, and now I know it's 100. And does that work? 20, 40, 60, 80, 100? Yes, it does. So how many markers does she have altogether? 100 markers. So anytime we have a story problem like this, it's really important. Highlight the information that you know will be very helpful, like the numbers. Sometimes highlighting the question will help you because then you'll see that this is what I need to find, the total. And then draw a picture or write out a strategy and make sure that it works. If you want to use this strategy, that's great, but hey, it's also great to double check your work and maybe see if it works with this strategy. If I get the same answer both times, then I know my strategy was correct. If I get two different answers, that's a clue to rethink and try again. So remember, your learning target today is I can work with story problems and break them down to find important information to solve a problem. And you'll know you're successful when you can use at least two different strategies to solve a story problem.